let's start with what happened on the bourse today. We're looking at a scenario where the gainers are EA Breweries, Centum. What are some of the reasons behind that?
Today was a mixed reaction, I think, in the trading activity. A couple of stocks actually came down today. I think Jubilee led 5 bob down, as well as Kenya Power, 6 bob down. But going back to the gainers, I think we're expecting, for example, in EABL, obviously good results coming through. There was also some information that they've been able to waver through the competition in Dar es Salaam by dumping the South African breweries and getting in partnership with this other company here, the local company. So that's quite positive for EABL. I think for the cables, obviously, their results were quite flat, but that was much more better than expected. So I think a couple of investors are coming in the market trying to take positions. I think given the kind of scenario that we are seeing in the market is going to be flat out the whole week until Friday.
Let's take a look at some of the losers. Kenya Airways and Total Kenya, they were among the list of losers. What's the outlook for Kenya Airways?
Now, I think Kenya Airways is playing the normal ping pong, and I think the price is set to keep fluctuating for the time to come. Obviously, the reporting season for their first quarter ended in the 30th of June. Nothing has been said so far, but we know they have been hit probably by the high fuel prices, as well as the limited air cargo. And obviously they are telling us about the cargo business has also come down. So I think investors are taking consideration of that particular one. And on the other end, I think because of the reporting season is over now, you'll not see so much happening between this week, but I think from next week, when most of the big investors, the funds are back, you're going to see a lot of activity, especially on the most key active counters.
All right, let's take a look at National Bank of Kenya. It came out with results. It's one of the 10th biggest banks in East Africa. How sustainable are its profit levels right now?
I think they are very sustainable, with about $1 billion coming from the interest from the government securities. NBK has about 23 billion out of the 48 billion in assets. So that basically tells you for the next couple of years, 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, as those bonds keep maturing, they're going to be harvesting a lot of healthy interest coming from central bank. I think the biggest challenge will come from the growing the book, the loan book, which they are only earning less than $1 billion. I mean, 670 million is not much compared to a bank of that size of NBK. So I think they are very much sustainable for the future to come.
Well, we know the likes of KCB is expanding into Africa. Any chance of National Bank of Kenya expanding as well?
And I don't expect so. I think NBK has to struggle with the past. First of all, they have to clean up their book, and they have to clean up their image, I think publicity. I think half of the people think NBK is a political bank used to handle salaries for civil servants and a bit of government business. So I think they have to deal with that first, so that they can be able to attract healthy corporate clients coming from the other side. And then the other thing NBK will have to work on is to work on the branch network probably, and probably increase their automation, increase the branch network, as well as the ATM facilities across the country. I think those are the key issues that they need to concentrate on before they can start thinking of getting out of the country. Yeah. It's a challenge.
Well, are you satisfied with the results in light of the global downturn?
No, I think a return of a growth of about 11%, from about 900 million to 1.3 billion. I think it's quite fair for such a bank. But I think given that most of the incomes are coming from the fixed income securities, I think that's not the best way to do business. Ordinarily, the income from fees probably, as well as the interest from loans, should be constituting a bigger percentage of that. So I think as competition bites in, NBK will have to change strategy. They change their strategy and probably focus on two key issues. One is the corporate banking, and then secondly on the treasury management. I think their treasury is very, very weak, and that given from the FX side, they don't do much. Then obviously on the trading of bonds also, they don't do much also.
In light of how competitive the banking industry is in Kenya, do you think that National Bank of Kenya should be introducing or bringing in new services at all?
No, they should actually, because I think as the competition gets deeper, the person who's in that particular field improves. In fact, for NBK, they must bring some quality products in the market for them to be able to attract quality clients. That's one. Then secondly, probably they don't need a lot of cash injection, but I think to change the perception on the ground that this is a government bank and it's used for government loans and non-performing loans, non-performing book, which is a higher percentage, which used to be a higher percentage. I think they need to work on that particular one. But obviously, going forward, for them to be able to keep the pace in the competition of KCB, Barclays, Equity, they'll have to come and introduce probably retail products. They may have to consider something like Muslim banking or maybe mortgage financing, as well as personal loans, which can extend to a longer period if they are to stay in this particular business.